Ever feel like you've studied English forever? Grammar, vocab, rules? But when it comes to real English, when you watch TV or movies, it all passes by too fast and you catch almost nothing?
I know what you mean. You hear one word, then it's gone, and you're left thinking, wait, what did they just say?
But it's normal. Native speakers link words, drop sounds, speed up. Sometimes it sounds wild, but it's just how they talk.
Exactly. And it doesn't mean you can't learn it. It just means we need better ways to listen. By the way, for anyone new here, I'm Liam.
And I'm Emily. Welcome to English in Comfort, the place where you learn English while you relax, lie down, or even drift off. No pressure, no stress, just listening to real English and useful talk.
Today, we cover one simple question. How do you actually understand fast English?
We've got 10 really great beginner-friendly tips approved by learners like you. If you need us to slow down or repeat anything, well, feel free to just slow the video down or hit replay.
We'll go step by step with practical tips and examples you can start using right now. So grab your drink, get comfortable, and let's get started.
All right, the first tip is so simple but really useful. Turn on subtitles when you watch. Reading along helps you keep up with fast speech.
That's right. Subtitles give you a safety net. If you miss a word, you can read it.
Sometimes that little word you skipped is the one that makes the sentence make sense. Oh, and subtitles remind you how words are spelled, so you connect sound and writing.
It's like reading and listening at once. Your brain locks the shape of the word and the sound together.
For example, when you watch a short scene with English subtitles, you will notice how some words are spelled in real English, like gonna is spelled gonna, not going to. That shows you the spoken form and the written form side by side.
Be careful, though. Auto-generated subtitles aren't perfect. They might write, for example, there instead of there. So pick videos with good captions, news outlets, or language channels.
That's a good point. Here's a quick exercise. Pick a 1-minute clip with clear English subtitles. Watch with subtitles on. Read and listen. Watch again with subtitles off. Try to catch the same words. Write down any words you saw before but didn't hear clearly.
Then replay just those parts with subtitles on. Read and listen until your ear picks them up without looking.
This reminds me, sometimes you get tempted to keep subtitles on forever. Try to wean off after a few days. Use them as training wheels, then take them off to test yourself.
Subtitles are handy, especially for beginners, but it's good to train yourself to listen without them sometimes.
Next tip to understand English fast is one you can do right now. Slow down the audio, then bring it back to normal. Because remember, you decide the pace. You are the one in control of the audio.
When you watch a show or listen to a podcast and feel like they are going too fast, you're not stuck at one speed. You can slow it to 0.8 times or 0.9 times.
Exactly. At first, 0.8 times might feel weird. Words stretch out, speakers sound like they're moving in slow motion. But that gives your ear time to catch everything.
Once you recognize those patterns at slow speed, you jump back to 1 times, and suddenly it's easier because your brain already knows what to listen for.
Think of it like watching a dance in slow motion. You see each step. Then when it goes full speed, you've already learned the steps.
Sometimes I leave the subtitles on at slow speed. That way I match the sounds to the words on screen.
Good idea. And don't worry if it still feels fast at one times. Over days, your ear adjusts.
Right, there's no rush. You're training a muscle, your listening muscle.
Here's a simple way to practice. Choose a 1 to 2 minute clip. Play at 0.8 times. Listen for meaning. Don't pause. Just absorb. Bump to 1 times. Listen again. Notice how many more words you catch. Write down one thing that was hard at 1 times but clearer at 0.8 times. Then practice it.
For example, I once slowed a news report about climate change. At 0.8 times, I heard greenhouse gases clearly. At 1 times, I missed it the first time.
See? And that little victory catching greenhouse gases makes you feel confident and keeps you going.
Do this for 5 minutes a day. Pick different topics: interview, casual chat, news. Your ear learns to adjust across styles. Just remember, you're in control of the speed. Slow it down when you need. Speed it up when you're ready.
Next tip is all about keywords. Keywords are the handful of words in a sentence that carry the main meaning, usually nouns, main verbs, and sometimes strong adjectives or adverbs.
And those words are the ones you'll actually hear in fast speech because speakers stress them, make them louder, or hold them a bit longer.
Exactly. Sometimes there's even a tiny pause before or after a key word. If someone says, "I love chocolate," that love stands out. Even if I and chocolate blend in, you catch that feeling.
Adjectives can pop too, like, "That movie was really funny." Really gets extra punch.
What about question words?
Good catch. Question words like what, where, why also get stress.
So keywords equals nouns, main verbs, strong adjectives/adverbs, question words.
Let's practice together with an example. I will read a sentence, you pick the keywords, then we'll unpack it.
Okay, I will try it too. Give me the sentence.
They canceled the flight because of heavy fog this morning.
They canceled the flight because of heavy fog this morning. I heard canceled, flight, heavy fog, morning.
Perfect. From just these keywords, it tells you the flight didn't go because of fog today.
And we noticed because of almost disappeared, became cause of, which is called a reduction. We'll get to that in next tip.
Should we practice with another slightly long example?
Sure, here you go. Listen and pick out the key words. The teacher announced a pop quiz after lunch. Students looked surprised, but she said it would only cover chapters 1 and 2.
I got teacher, announced, pop quiz, students, surprised, cover, chapters 1 and 2.
Great! You've got the full story. Surprise quiz after lunch on chapters 1 and 2.
Focusing on stress really makes the rest fade away.
You can practice with the simple exercise we did together, or you can also record yourself saying a sentence, like, "I'm going to the store to buy bread." Then listen for which words you stress.
All right, next tip is about reductions. Reduction is when native speakers shrink or squish words together.
Like turning want to into wanna, or going to becomes gonna.
Let's give our listeners a bunch of examples so they get the idea.
Okay, here are some common reductions. I'll say the reduced form, then the full form. Wanna, want to, gonna, going to. Gotta, got to, or have to. Didja, did you. Coulda, could have. Shoulda, should have. Woulda, would have. Lemme, let me. Gimme, give me. Hafta, have to. Kinda, kind of. Sorta, sort of. Dunno, don't know. 'Cause, because.
They blend together. That's why it feels like one long word. But once you know the pattern, you can reverse it in your head.
Let's try some examples in sentences. I'll say the reduced form. You tell me the full version. I'm gonna grab some coffee.
That's, I'm going to grab some coffee.
Did you see that movie last night?
Did you see that movie last night?
She kinda likes sushi.
She kind of likes sushi.
Let me know if you need help.
Let me know if you need help.
Now let's do the opposite. I'll give you the full form and you say the reduced form. I want to go home.
I want to go home.
You have to finish your homework.
You got to finish your homework.
I do not know the answer.
I don't know the answer.
Nice.
Here's how you can practice alone too. Pick a short clip, a conversation from a show, a vlog, or a podcast. Listen for any of those reduced forms. Jot down exactly what you hear. Wanna, gotta, kinda, etc. After, rewrite each in its full form. Say the full form out loud, then say the reduced form out loud.
That back and forth helps your brain link the spoken form to the written form.
Do this with at least 3 sentences each day. Mix statements, questions, and negatives like didja, coulda, woulda.
Next tip is kind of related to reduction, but it is different. It is about chunks. Chunks are groups of words that act like one unit.
Instead of memorizing at, the, end, of, the, day separately, learn the whole phrase at the end of the day.
Chunks can be phrasal verbs like look forward to, idioms like break the ice, or common expressions like kind of like, or you know what I mean.
Why chunks? Because in fast speech, speakers don't pause between those words. They glide through the whole unit. So if you know the chunk, you catch it all at once.
That's right. Learning single words can leave you stuck, trying to piece words together in real time. Chunks give you ready-made building blocks.
Let's look at some examples of chunks. At the end of the day. It means when all is said and done, or ultimately. Example. At the end of the day, practice makes perfect.
Kind of like. Means, to some extent or similar to. For example, it's kind of like learning to ride a bike.
Look forward to. It means to await with pleasure. For example, I look forward to our next lesson.
On the other hand, it means contrasting point. For example, it's easy to read. On the other hand, speaking is harder.
See how each chunk carries a clear idea? You don't translate word by word. You hear the whole piece.
When you spot one, pause and repeat the whole chunk. Check its meaning, write it down with examples, then practice speaking with it out loud.
Over time, you'll build a library of chunks in your mind, and those chunks become your fast speech decoder.
Next tip is all about the music of English, its rhythm and intonation.
English isn't flat. Some syllables stretch out, some get clipped. Speakers raise their pitch at the end of questions, fall on statements, jump around for emotion.
Right. When you imitate that English melody, you don't just understand words. You feel the sentence. It locks comprehension into your ear and your mouth.
Let's try a simple line. Are you coming with us? Notice how your pitch rises on you and with us, then falls at the question mark.
Now practice with me. Are you coming with us? Let's speed it up a bit. Real speakers often rush these little questions. Are you coming with us?
Hear how you becomes ya, and the melody stays similar but faster. Are you coming with us?
You just practiced melody, stress, and a reduction all in one.
Here's another example you can practice with. I was thinking we could grab lunch around noon. Does that work for you? Now the full speed version. I was thinking we could grab lunch around noon. Does that work for you?
When you practice, record yourself saying the slow motion version first, then the fast version. Listen back. Where did your pitch rise? Where did you clip syllables? Is yours similar to the original?
Practice this daily with short dialogues. Pick any 2-line exchange. Record, listen, tweak.
Matching speed helps you process fast speech. You train your brain and mouth together. By copying rhythm and intonation, You'll start to hear patterns automatically.
Next up, immersion. We've talked about immersion many times and how it is really important when learning English.
Immersion is surrounding yourself with English audio as much as you can. Better if it is all day.
Think of it like background sound for your brain. The more you hear English patterns, the more your ear tunes in without effort.
Exactly. Listen to podcasts while you cook, radio while you clean, TV shows while you relax. Even if you're not focusing hard, your brain picks up rhythm, stress, and common phrases.
Pick things you enjoy, but it's also important to mix it up. Try news, interviews, casual chats, different accents. That keeps your ear flexible.
I remember washing dishes with a tech podcast on in the background. At first, I barely noticed it. Weeks later, I realized I was catching tech terms. Blockchain, startup, AI, without even trying.
That's the power of flooding. Your brain absorbs patterns while you live your day. Make an audio playlist of 3 to 4 things you love. Podcasts, radio shows, series. Add one new source you've never heard before. Maybe a British vlog or an interview show. Then play it in the background during chores, commuting, or relaxing.
Aim for at least 30 minutes of background English each day. No pressure to focus. Just let it play.
After a few days, you'll start noticing phrases you've heard but never caught. It's like your ear is leveling up.
Immersion or flooding your brain with English doesn't mean you ignore meaning. It means you live with the sound of English so your ear gets used to it.
Next tip is about 2 listening modes, active and passive. Both help, but in different ways.
Active listening is when you really focus. You pay close attention, take notes, rewind tricky parts, and try to understand every bit you can.
Passive listening is when English plays in the background, while you cook, clean, or relax. You're not forcing yourself to catch every word. Your brain soaks up rhythms and phrases on its own.
Think of active like a workout at the gym. You're lifting heavy to build strength. Passive is like wearing a fitness tracker all day. You burn calories without trying.
During active listening, you might choose a 1 to 2 minute clip. Listen with subtitles or transcript. Write down unknown words or chunks, and then replay the hard parts until they click.
You'll improve precision, catching details, new vocabulary, exact pronunciation. But it can feel tiring if you do it too long. So then you can just switch to passive listening when you know that today you don't feel like writing or practicing. But the idea is to just absorb English even while doing nothing.
Passive listening is gentler. You might play an English podcast while doing chores. Listen to a news or radio in the background in English, or have a show on with subtitles off and just listen.
Your brain picks up stress patterns, common reductions, and chunk melodies without pressure. It's like letting the language sink in naturally.
But you can still practice with both in one day. Do the active for 15 minutes or more. Pick a short dialogue. Listen with subtitles. Note 3 new words or chunks. Replay until you understand. Then, do the passive for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Play your audio playlist while you relax or do chores. Don't look at the screen. Just let it flow.
Over time, active sessions sharpen your ear while passive sessions make fast speech feel normal.
Oh, and sometimes during passive, you'll catch a phrase you learned actively before. That's a great sign.
It means your brain is linking practice and real-world listening.
Next tip is simple. Mix up your accents and contexts. We're not talking about speaking with different accents, but just listening to different accents.
If you only listen to one accent, your ear gets used to that single voice. Then another accent feels like a wall.
So one day listen to American news, the next a British vlog, then an Australian interview or podcast.
And vary the setting: news reports, casual chats, talk shows, documentaries. Each has its own speed, vocabulary, and tone.
Imagine you only listen to tech content. You might feel stuck if you start listening to something about finance or something else. Also, American newscasters speak clearly but quickly. British vloggers might drop some sounds and link words differently. And Australians stretch vowels in their own way.
By varying sources, you train your ear to any voice. You might wonder, why not just stick with one accent, like American? Focusing on one accent can feel safe, but real English comes in many flavors. If you only train on American, a British or Australian speaker can still feel like a different language.
It's not overwhelming if you start small. 10 minutes a day in one new accent is enough. You don't need to master every accent. Just get comfortable with the idea that speakers differ.
That's right, over time you'll build confidence. When you hear someone new, your brain will say, I've heard accents change before. I can do this again.
But yes, you can focus mostly on American if that's your goal. Just sprinkle in one other accent now and then. That sprinkle keeps your ear ready for surprises.
Okay. Final tip is about predicting what you'll hear next, so fast speech feels less surprising.
When you listen, use the context, the topic, the words you've already heard, the speaker's tone, to guess the next word or phrase.
For example, if you hear, I'm going to the, most likely you'll guess store, park, office, or gym, depending on the conversation. That guess primes your ear.
Start with simple sentences. She wants to. Guess eat, sleep, talk. Then move to longer ones. After work, I'm meeting. Guess friends, my boss, a client.
If your guess is wrong, no problem. This trains your brain to stay one step ahead. When speech goes fast, you're not hearing every word for the first time. You're confirming your expectations.
This is just a quick, fun tip that you can practice yourself.
And that's a wrap on our 10 tips for understanding fast English.
Which tip did you like most? Was it spotting key words, slowing the speed, or maybe mimicking rhythm? Let us know your favorite tip in the comments below. Your feedback helps us make better episodes.
If you know someone struggling with fast speech, share this video with them. It might be exactly what they need.
Thanks for spending your time with us. Keep practicing, keep it comfortable, and remember, understanding fast English is just a series of small steps. Take care, everyone.